SEC Ripple settlement talk. I got the latest for you along with some XRP price action. Michael Saylor is going big time whale, urging the United States to own the majority of BTC.
Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
My guy is nuts, but who can argue the results when you're starting to see BTC pulling the rest of the market up again?
Bitch better have my money.
Sitting at 67,581, but you know that's not how videos start, unless you're a new viewer. New viewers, hello. Previous viewers, you know what's up. Your comments come first. 1965 in Layer says, XRP is falling and will continue to do so. If the meeting actually happened and the news was announced but positive, XRP would be going up sharply due to insider trading. Good point. We do know there would be a hell of a lot of insider trading. We know that when we would look back at the action, we'll probably see people move on it before the actual announcement. There will either be no news or bad news. Book it. I haven't been wrong yet. Even if it is good news, it'll be short-lived. Big pump, then slide back to reality. Nothing gets big until Ripple's IPO. Yeah, that frees up the IPO, which is the great news here. That's why Torres needs to hurry her ass up. Look, 7% of you right now are female viewers, okay? 93% are male. Total sausage fest here. Can we summon our inner power to, like, encourage this chick with, like, brainwaves or whatever the fuck we can do just to get her to hurry this shit up? Millionaire 7712 says, XLM is real shit, bro. Yeah, real centralized pre-mined garbage poop. Bitcoin sitting at 67,574, ETH 3256, BNB close to 600 at 578, while Sol next up on the list to get an ETF. Buy the rumors, sell the news. How much is Sol gonna pump before this thing happens? XRP sitting at 59.1, down 4%. Now, mind you, XRP was heavy in the green while the rest of the market was red yesterday. We're going to talk specifically XRP price and what I'm concerned with regards to this weekend. Bitcoin regained 67,000 ahead of DT's speech. What's next? Well, I know what's next. Saylor, we'll get to that. BTC rallied after dipping past 62,000 mark to push past 67. The price moved into the green after heavy selling pressure in the market days and high outflows from BTC ETFs. So there's some good news because ETFs bring money in, but then they will also take money out with outflows. Listen to this though, okay? Who do we put the blame on? You ready? We know who. BlackRock's iShares IBT recorded a net inflow of 70.74 million. That's good. While Grayscale Bitcoin Trust lost 40 million. Come on, Grayscale. By the way, Grayscale's ETH ETF had massive outflows as well. Their fees are just way too high. Like, you know, you're shopping for shit out there. Like, there's a lot of players in the crypto game. And if you like ETFs and you like playing that kind of thing, kind of minimizing your risk and kind of playing a little bit of more broad spectrum action, then you know what? You're seeing here that there's cheaper options than Grayscale. Grayscale is a piece of shit. They talk big game, but their premiums are way too high compared to the rest of the market. Grayscale, by the way, for their BTC one, it was originally, I think it was 150 basis points. You had to pay, that's a lot of money to the house, where competitors were at like 25 to 20 basis points. Come on, Grayscale, get your shit together. All right, Michael Saylor compares Bitcoin to Manhattan in cyberspace, urging the U.S. to own majority. Real quick, for those of you that are international and do not understand what Manhattan is, yes, we have viewers from all over the place. Manhattan is a very, very high luxury place in New York, okay? That's all you need to know. Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, and Staten, from the Battery to the top of Manhattan. See, there you go. I got your bags covered. So basically what he's saying is he wants the United States to own a bunch. But the problem that we have is if the U.S. owns a bunch, doesn't that then become centralized ownership of BTC? Like, is that really what we want? Is that crypto for the people? So this is kind of weird because people here are like, yo, you're a maxi and you're really big into like this whole idea that no one has control, but yet you're saying the U.S. government should do it. It's almost like Saylor is saying, you know what? I'm willing to sell my my belief system here that BTC is for the people, and I just want to be a whore to the U.S. dollar. And he's like, you know what? I just want to be rich no matter who the F pays me. So Saylor here, I don't know, man. I don't like this. I really, really don't like this. I do not want one big entity to own the biggest chunk of BTC, because if they ever decide to start dumping, you know what would happen to the rest of the market? It would put all the alts down with it. Sailor, I do not agree with you on this one. And I think you dress like a total douchebag. Garlinghouse dresses way better than you. You dress like some fucked up, like, door-to-door salesman that, like, is burnt out or some shit. All right, let's get into the latest when it comes to the SEC Ripple settlement. XRP lawyer spotlights a major obstacle. There's a good point here. People have been talking about settlement. I don't know. I don't think settlement. I think we're going to see judgment. This is why. This is unlikely to happen, but if it does, it's a compromise, not a big win. It means both parties have to give up something. This is coming from Bill Morgan. Basically, what Bill Morgan is saying, look, if you settle, you don't have the right to appeal, right? Because that's the whole point of settling. You're settling it. It is done. Can't go back on it. It's over with. So if there is something that the SEC truly believes that they can win an appeal, or vice versa, if Ripple is sitting there going, look, we can bend the SEC over and beat them on an appeal on something, then you know what? Then settlement would not benefit them. Morgan responded by clarifying the nature of settlements, noting that settlements generally end matters in disputes, including appeal rights in the current proceedings. However, the lawyer spotlighted another obstacle that Ripple might face. It is more likely difficult that the Ripple XRP sales since December 2020 and future sales of XRP. So you're seeing this saying, you know what? Settlement, I don't know. We're waiting on Taurus. Price action. This is the fear, okay? And look, I bring the news whether it's good or bad, happy or sad, and I'm just showing you regarding social sentiment, regarding volume and so forth. As you can see, volume down 20%. You know, zoom out a little bit here, you can see where kind of like the hysteria started building up during business hours. Now that we're getting down to the weekend, you can see a downtrend because business doesn't get done on the weekend. Like, it just does not get done on the weekend. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Bad news always happens Friday p.m. in the United States. I'm telling you, Friday p.m. If your boss calls you Friday at like 3:30, do not answer that fucking phone call. You're either going to be asked to work the weekends, which sucks balls because you want to have fun on the weekend, or they're going to be like, look, happy Friday, pack your fucking shit. Dude, Friday is bad. Friday's bad. Like, and here's why. The reason they announce bad news on Fridays, because the market then closes traditionally, right? Traditional finance markets close for the whole weekend. So you can't like do a whole bunch of like damage to it. Now, if you give bad news on a Monday morning, guess what? You could ride that bad news all fucking week long. But XRP right now is at 59.58, so we're getting close to that 60-cent mark. Hold on, pretty darn close. I'm okay with that, but I'm just afraid that like that this is it. I mean that the FOMO leading up to Taurus got us to 63.5, and we struggled from that point since. I don't know. That would be a very soft move, in my opinion. Now, granted, it's up quite a bit in a month, but it's up from 46 cents, which sucks price-wise. Volume, okay, yeah, we saw it. Volume was the biggest right here. It's kind of calmed down yet again. Zoom out just a little bit more, and let's switch this on over to the 30-minute candlestick right here so we can take a better look at it. Zoom out just a little bit more. I mean, okay. But look at this. This is at 63.5 zone again. Seems like this has been really hard. So, got to look at this two ways. Is XRP going to be able to pre-Taurus FOMO pump it past the 63.5? And then the better question becomes, when we get the final resolution from Taurus, because as pointed out earlier, there's probably not a big desire to settle, are we then going to be able to break through that 63.5 and see what XRP can really do? Tropical. And bitch better have my money. No, I don't know. I am a little nervous about this weekend. I really am. If we don't get some Taurus news, I think there was a lot of expectations built into the market. A lot of expectations built around the meeting, which a lot of people out there said, hey, look, this is a nothing burger. These sunshine meetings happen all the time. Not a big deal. The volume kind of pulling back a little bit. It's already Friday with 20% down in volume. It's kind of, you know. Right now, the big focus is on BTC, as we've seen. Trump pumping it, Saylor pumping it. I don't agree with Saylor pumping it, saying the U.S. should own most of it. No, I think I would rather see BTC owned by a bunch of people rather than the United States. Just throwing it out there. And I live in the United States. So I'm just telling you, I don't want my fucking government touching. Anything my government touches just goes to absolute shit. So no, I do not want my government touching BTC. In terms of price with volume though of XRP, yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on it. And the story I shared with you yesterday had to do with OKX. And the reason why OKX was kind of ditching XRP, I showed you that their reserves were done. It was a reserve report, and actually it was early this morning. And that reserve report showed that a lot of reserves were pulled out of XRP over the last couple months. But they weren't people leaving the market. They were swapping it into BTC and other things like that. So I just found that a very interesting thing to point out as we're seeing now kind of like the market shift. But we already saw the market shift in swaps about a month ago. So we're just eating through the bullshit right now as BTC is stealing the momentum for the day. But then what happens this weekend, right? I mean, is it just going to be quiet again this weekend? So I don't know. My weekend's not going to be quiet. I think I'm going to start trying to train a little bit. I think I'm going to start. I mean, like I have been training, but like I haven't like run yet. I think I'm going to try. I think I'm ready for it. I think my body and my mind are ready for it. That last race really kind of jacked me up a little bit, but okay. I'm going to keep y'all informed. So if any news breaks, don't worry. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the little bell thing if you want to get notified right away. Like button if you like it. Touch it. It's down below. You know what to do. And choo-choo, bitches.